Hi, I am Suna. This is my channel, and this is the last part of the 33 horror films that I watched in October. We've already talked about 26 films, so if you haven't seen the other two, you might want to watch them because this is the last 7, and then there's going to be a little bit of a summary at the end of this video. So just enjoy, and I'll catch up with you later. And then it was The Autopsy of Jane Doe, and I don't really know if I have anything to say about it. I mean, I did like it. I don't know. There was something about the end that bothered me. Because, like, in the end, things just start happening very, very rapidly, and then it's just over, and you're just like, oh. And then you get, like, 1 scene or 2 scenes, and you're just like, okay. But, yeah, no, it was weird. Because I liked the story, like, pretty much up until that, like, very end, where things just... But, yeah, no, it was interesting. There were parts of Vagero's game that bothered me. But that was more like the body horror stuff. Literally the first thing I thought of was like, they walk in, he kind of pulls her into the bedroom. She looks at the door. They didn't close the door! And then she's like, and I'm like, do not fall asleep. You don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, once he got out of the handcuffs, that was disgusting. That was disgusting. That was disgusting. I could not handle it. I really like the story and how it kind of twists and turns and you don't always know if things were actually happening in real life or if it was her imagination. Yeah, I really liked Gerald's game. Gerald's game was good. And it was creepy in the right way. Don't know what I think about the host. It was interesting. There were things that I liked. There were things that I didn't like. And I don't really know how to not. I don't know. I was kind of underwhelmed. I don't know. I wanted more at the end. The end was kind of cute. Except I kind of wanted to know about the other characters as well. Because we just got to know about 2 characters. But I don't really have anything to say about those. Ooh, next we have 28 Days Later. Okay. I don't really like zombies. I'm not a zombie person. But 28 Days Later was kind of amazing. It was kind of amazing. Of course it's one of those films that everyone has talked about pretty much since it came out. But it was amazing. Oh, it's definitely going into like the favorites list. Then we have Midsommar, which a lot of people have been saying isn't really a horror film and it's like more like a psychological. This is like a cult film. Again, same with Us. Us is kind of like a cult film as well. And cult films I would always, and when I say cult films I'm talking about films that have a cult in it. Like The Invitation. The Invitation is so good. And that's a cult film. That's a film that has a cult that goes berserk and tries to kill everybody. And that's what Midsommar is, and that is what Hereditary is, and that is what Us is. And kind of where there are people that are trying to get something across, or a community that believes a certain thing. And Midsommar was definitely like that. And there were things in that one that they were drugging them and like all kinds of different things. Like, I would definitely call that a horror film. I really like what Ari Aster is doing with these films, with his horror films. They are very interesting and they're very intriguing, and I really like what he is doing with all of this. Because Midsommar was kind of great. I actually prefer Hereditary to Midsommar, but Midsommar was pretty good. And that was kind of interesting watching that, being Icelandic and like that's Swedish, and a lot of it seemed to be based on Norse mythology, or like, you know, in some ways based on Norse mythology. Like they had the Futhark runes and some other stuff, but yeah, it was kind of interesting and being like, yeah, I don't remember this, but religion's so weird. And It Comes at Night, I didn't know what that was going to be, and I don't know, I was very indifferent to it. I wasn't really excited to watch it, I wasn't really not excited to watch it. I did not really know what to expect, and I think that was probably the biggest disappointment of the whole 33 films. It was very slow. Like, I like slow films, but that film was very slow. And there wasn't really a lot that happened. I mean, there were things that happened, but they were very subtle. It was very subtle what was going on. And then the end came and I was like, oh, the film's starting. And then it was over. And I was like, what? That's the end? What? It just started. It just started. It was kind of just, yeah. It was a bit disappointing. Like, I get some people might like it, and I get that, and it is a very interesting idea, and I like the idea, but it just, I don't know, it didn't do what I wanted it to, and because it kind of just ended all of a sudden when I kind of thought we were getting to an interesting part of the film, and I wanted to see more. It just kind of ended, and then I watched Jacob's Ladder, which I was really happy to watch at the end. Because it kind of ended it. Because if I had ended it with It Comes at Night, I would have been kind of it would have not been very good. So I watched Jacob's Ladder, which was fantastic. It was an interesting idea, an interesting film. It wasn't as trippy as I thought it was going to be. I think overall, the biggest disappointment were it comes at night, we are what we are, and maybe The Perfection. Films I am the happiest to have watched. Like A Girl Who Walks Home Alone at Night was fantastic. It's definitely going to the favourites group. A Quiet Place was fantastic. Hereditary was absolutely fantastic, and it definitely goes to the favourites. Final Prayer was very interesting. I was really happy to actually have heard about that film and to have watched that film, because it was really something else. It wasn't something that I expected. I was really happy with that film. Same with Ghost Stories, which was something I had heard about before, but I didn't necessarily expect a lot from it. I didn't really know what to expect from it, and it was very interesting. The Wailing too. The Wailing, definitely mention The Wailing. No, because I did read something about it beforehand. If I hadn't read it, I would have been surprised by the Christian part of the whole thing, because there is a Christianity link to it and a link to the devil, which I did not expect, and I wouldn't have expected if I had not known that there was going to be a Christian element to this story. 28 Days Later is definitely going on the list of great horror films that I found this month. And so is Midsommar. I mean, the classics are fantastic too. So Invasion of the Body Snatchers, The Omen. They're all fantastic, yeah. I was really happy with it. So that was all. That was my 33 horror films. I am preparing myself to make a second video for, a separate video for The Invitation. I also really want to do Final Prayer, The Wailing, Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, and I am waiting to read the book before I make a video on Call Me By Your Name. So that's coming up, and I don't know when that's going to happen. Invitation probably is going to be coming up in the next month, hopefully. So that's probably going to be the first one of the individual ones. Again, that was the end of the 33 films that I watched. I really want to do this again. I mean, I would love to do this for Pride Month. I just am not going to have the time to do this for Pride Month, because we are moving and we don't really have a place yet, so maybe we will not actually have a place in June. I have some ideas for months, for instance Black History Month, which is February. So next February maybe I will do a thing as well, watching films that are overwhelmingly with black actors or made by black people. I also kind of thought today maybe to do for November, even though November is NaNoWriMo. November has the day of the Icelandic language, which is November 16th, so that might be a fun month to go and kind of focus on Icelandic films and television and literature. So maybe I will do that in November. If you want to see something like that, just let me know, see, and throw stuff at me if there's anything that you specific you want to see. The sun's being a bit annoying, which is why it's kind of cutting in and out. It was perfect, and then the sun came back, and I was oh, I don't want to wait another 10 minutes to shoot. So yeah, so the sun might be a bit in and out. I think that's all I have to say right now. I think the next video is going to be me talking about Naked Lunch. I haven't recorded that video, I just need to edit it, but that's probably the one that's coming next. I don't know how it's gonna come off, because I didn't really, I really wanted to talk about it, but I didn't really know how to talk about it. I think you kind of have to talk about it with somebody else to actually get the full effect. That's an interesting video, and I think you might like it. So just subscribe, if you like it, dislike if you didn't like it. Let me know if there's anything you really want me to watch, or if you really want me to talk about, or you want me to read. That's fine too. So until next week.